Hello and welcome to Popcorn and Plot Holes.
That was not awkward. That was not awkward at all.
I don't see what was awkward about anything. We're back from outer space. We left Spencer there to think about what he's done.
Yeah, he knows what he's done.
Oh, you got to think on it. There's the three of us with me, Luciano.
Yes, I am a wolf.
Chris.
I watched this movie, and therefore I am able to participate in tonight's recording.
Oh, wow.
What speed
look at that.
did you watch it at?
I plead the fifth.
Right. Fair enough.
This is not the U.S., thank fucking God, so you can't plead
True.
Chris is...
what's the Canadian equivalent? I plead the red-green show.
That counts somehow. I don't know, but legally it's binding in Canada. We watched.
Yes.
We watch movies.
Is
we
this
talked
a
about it
time
too.
loop? What's happening?
We watched and talked.
We talk, we watch, we talk.
Yeah.
Specifically, we watched I call it the porn Jaganathan.
Yes.
No, the Francis McDormand vehicle.
That's not Francis McDormand.
Yeah, he is. Pam.
First of all, bring it back for a second. I'm just saying I called it that and I was wrong. Clearly.
Okay. Fair.
What am I hearing?
It's been happening.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, because it's you.
So if I'm not talking, then
no,
why
it's
how
just
is
your
it
mic
affecting my microphone?
is like someone is like filleting your mic.
Yeah. It's just constant
Is it shaking?
No, yeah.
What
Now
does it
it's
sound
okay.
like?
Now it's okay. But
it's just like someone blowing it out.
yeah.
It's my air distributor, and I thought it was low enough.
No, sir.
I turned mine off because I was afraid it was gonna.
This microphone's a lot better than I thought.
Can you turn your air distributor away?
Oh, look, it disappeared.
Can the air be distributed into your house and not into the microphone?
Well, it keeps me cool, gentlemen. I've distributed it into another direction.
Yeah.
Is that any of assistance?
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
I like
It's
it.
better now?
Okay, we'll definitely leave that in our video for sure. Docs too.
I can help with that. Since I
Ah,
caused it.
Riverside can do it.
Riverside?
We'll find out.
Riverside.
Okay. So
Not sponsored.
we watched this vehicle, and so you're saying the Francis McDormand is the vehicle?
Yes.
Sorry, what character was she?
Nah.
Pam. Just the voice of Pam.
The voice of Pam.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's see here. IMDb, can you corroborate this story? You can.
Yeah, why? You think I'm pulling it out of my ass?
Yes, I absolutely.
Why?
100%.
Why would you think that?
I don't believe you. I thought that was Sigourney Weaver, to be honest.
What?
But okay.
What the fuck?
Why should I trust you? Is the real
You
question.
should trust me. Because
I thought we were leaving
have
funny
your
questions to the end.
family.
Jesus.
And I'm about to poison the water supply.
But that makes me trust you less. You stole my family and you're going to poison people. Where's the
Next
trust?
question. The trust? I give you Laura Dern, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi, Laura Dern.
Laura Dern is definitely not in this movie. This movie
No.
is Wolf.
Wolves.
There's no, you hit it with a V and it's an L.
Yeah, I know.
Sir.
There's no V because they're so up their ass about them being singular wolves. Wolves is singular wolf. That they must put an S instead of V because they're not together. Which
I don't think it's that at all. I
hate
think
them
that whoever created this name thought they were Tolkien, and they went, "Oh, if Tolkien can do elves and dwarfs, I can do wolves." That's what they did, and that was not true.
I like my answer better than yours, and I'm going to go with it.
Oh, well, you're wrong, but you can.
Survey
carry on.
says.
Chris said I was right based on the sounds his voice is making. So I'm going to plow through this,
Cares.
and we're going to talk about what we liked about wolves.
Okay.
I can't help but say the F and the V now. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
You know?
wolves.
Wolves. But here we are. Chris, what was your favorite thing about wolves?
The mind fuck that is George Clooney and Brad Pitt's character, like dudes playing dudes pretending to hate those dudes, but really they love each other's dudeness. They can't avoid that. And so it's just like watching two siblings duke it out, but like that it's at the end of the day it's cool, and that made me laugh, especially like towards the very end when they're riding the train home and it's the next morning, and then like Clooney Pitt is like in his jacket, and Pitt Wolf is like, oh shit dude, no, and then he's like ha, like it made me laugh. It filled me with like, I wish the movie was more like that, to be honest. So that's why that was it for me.
Okay, that's good.
It's funny how the same move works for like grumpy old farts and 12-year-olds. Like that move would have been at home for both demographics.
Walter Matthau and a young Matt Damon.
100%. That's what I got. Yeah. Well, I'll go since I'm talking.
Sure.
I like to pick specific scenes as usual, and there were two that I really liked. They were similar because it's a blink and you'll miss it. The first one is when at the end when the DA Margaret is leaving, and she picks part of Clooney's outfit that he had for her and part of Brad Pitt's outfit, which were very, very similar. And she leaves, and there's a beat, and they both look at it like going, "What the hell's wrong with this?" It's just perfect timing, comedic timing. And the same thing with when they see when the pager rings, and one of them looks and then slides it to the other, and the other one looks, and they all both look gravely at each other, and they put the glasses on. I fucking laughed my ass off. I watched this scene a couple of times, I gotta say, because I was so like, I think that goes into what you were saying, Chris. Like, if this movie was not being like, if the characters weren't being played by Clooney and Brad Pitt, it would not have been nearly as fun to watch.
They're aware of that.
Oh, 100%.
I think they're aware of it.
100%.
You wonder where the movie, like the written story, stops, and the what I assume was ad-libbing and
100%.
Comedic joking starts to make their timing so perfect. Yeah.
That was good too. Yeah. How about you, man?
Have a fun.
You guys have kind of taken most of
You can do it. You can do it.
I don't want to.
You can say ditto and move on.
Get away from. It's fine. Ditto. Moving on. The movie Wolves is about cleaning. Is like, I'm curious. Is this the first cleaner focused movie you guys have watched, like where the cleaners, because we've seen cleaners in like other movies, but it's just like a side piece, like probably the most famous one is Harvey Keitel and Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen another movie where like focused on them, right?
Yeah.
Like even Pulp Fiction, Harvey Keitel does obviously a phenomenal job, as he usually does, and the character is awesome. But it's like it's a specific piece of the movie where that happens, right? Yeah. It's not the focus. I don't think I've ever seen another one like this. No.
And if so, then we're just lacking. We apologize, audience.
Don't apologize to them.
Yeah,
they know what they did.
Look into my eyes, audience. Don't you break eye contact. You must trust that at our core, we love movies. We just haven't seen all the movies. So if you think that there's something that we've missed,
Chris promises to watch it a triple time to make sure he's seen it.
Yeah.
At least I can hold space and acknowledge that on behalf of popcorn and plot holes, someone's got to have the heart and say, sorry.
Great work.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
I couldn't care less. I'm just asking the question.
God damn.
It's a very popular. It always shows up in mob movies and
yeah. That's the feeling I had.
John Wick, has. It's where you first see the coins get used in the first John Wick movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I was just curious, like how I'm surprised no one else has done it, given it's such a. It's a cool idea, right? Like, and obviously someone has to do it for real.
But it's a cool idea that as we're going to discuss as we go with this episode,
Well,
you gotta like it's cool for a scene. It's cool for like part of a movie. I don't like it stops being fun if it's every day. Like imagine a TV series about a cleaner where every episode is him doing like the clean. It's like at some point it's boring.
he's just scrubbing blood.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's like an extended Mr. Clean commercial.
Gets
like
a toothbrush out and is cleaning the grout and the
Yeah.
tile.
Yeah.
I want to yes and that, but I think you're wrong, sir. Put your ears on this. Cop
rather
TV
not.
shows.
Eh,
They're cleaners. They have to clean up the situation. They're just a team. It's a football team of
No.
cops cleaning
yeah,
up
but you don't
bodies
see you don't
across
see
New
them
York
doing
City.
it.
No,
Yes, you do.
I reject this because you're basically describing anybody can be a cleaner. The next show you're going to tell me is maids go into rich people's houses and clean up all their shit.
They're cleaners too.
They're also cleaners. I'm talking about a very specific kind of
How
cleaner,
dare you
sir.
shame the no? How dare you shame the good name and profession,
I didn't-
multifaceted profession of a cleaner,
I
of
didn't
a
shame them.
fixer upper.
I didn't
You
shame them. I just said
I see you. I caught you in
you're
4K.
selling me. You're selling me. This is not in 4K. No one wants to see
Listen,
that.
This is
Listen.
barely in 1K.
Yeah.
I'm not selling you anything. You can't sell me. I reject your sale.
Well,
I
you
have
can't.
no idea what's going on right
You
now.
can't sell anything to a crazy person when they're arguing against themselves. It's interesting because I think the cleaner is much like the coin in John Wick.
Yeah.
Yes.
The less you explain it to me, the better it is for everybody involved. The coin was
Mystical.
cool. It's just a coin. It costs a coin for this and a coin for that and a coin for that. And you get coins for doing jobs. Great. And then when they're like, well, there's a mint and this man manufactures the coins. And it's like, man, I don't care where you make your
Yeah,
coins,
like
John Wick.
you get a whole spin-off of like the coin manufacturing facility with also old-timey machines like the
on.
ladies with the
Yeah.
No.
the bounties. Like I don't want to see that.
Don't be so crudgy. Just like
No.
a story. Like they made sure that the stakes were high. A district attorney trying to change things around, but you know what? I
But
took the
that's-
teenage boy and was getting ready to diddle, but there was cocaine.
Heroin, but like
Heroin,
the,
cocaine.
that's the thing. Like that's really when you talk about like the cleaning job is only that first part. Everything else is just them being like
Fastidious.
hitman or no. I mean like they're just like common thugs. I guess they're not really like what all the rest that they do isn't cleaning, right?
Did you watch this movie?
I did.
There's nothing common about their role because there's only one of them plus one of them.
Plus,
there is
plus
none
the
other.
guy who gets them their jobs and probably trained them. So that's
Yeah,
another one of them.
That's it.
another one of them.
It's very metal. What did you think of the idea that like wolves eyes?
Wolves.
You're gonna
Wolves.
you're gonna swallow your tongue.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm on screen
Oh,
trying
no.
to get it correct. Post it to the internet. Let them know I went out trying to say wolves correctly.
You don't want that on your tombstone.
I'll put that on your tombstone.
Thanks, buddy.
No.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. But yeah, like
Excuse me.
this, like was the concept like of the movie cool? Like not the
I
cleaner thing, but
liked
like
it.
yeah.
I like the idea of like showing. Okay, so like conceptually speaking, I like the movie more conceptually than in the execution. I guess that's what I'm saying. So I like the idea of them being like cleaners, fixers, or whatever. They in the description they call them fixers, which because I've played way too much
Right.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a whole other thing in Cyberpunk. A fixer is someone who gets mercenaries jobs. But like whatever you want to call them, the idea of showing them a little bit more, right? I thought that what was going to happen was that the cleaning was going to go wrong, not
Right.
the situation, but that they would try something or they would get caught cleaning or
Yeah.
something like that. And then like we would see what we never see because the cleaners are always, and Harvey Keitel comes to mind again, they are always like the like utmost professionals, right? They're efficient. They come in, they do their job, they leave nothing. Like they clean everything up, everything is pristine. But what if a cleaning goes wrong? How do they fix that? How do they solve it? What are the the hidden
Right.
secrets of the profession.
Like
That's
the
what I
cops
thought.
find out about it or get a piece of evidence.
Like they,
or,
yeah, or like a cleaning lady from the hotel suddenly enters the room as they're like covered in blood and have plastic all around rolling up a body. Like, what did they do? Right. That's what I thought was going to be the thing. And it's not that I was disappointed in what it was, but that's not what we got. So I guess what I'm saying is the movie I was expecting I didn't get, so I still want to watch that movie. I guess that's what I'm
You were
saying.
catfish. It sounds to me like you were catfished.
I was catfished.
You
Yes.
were.
Yeah. But the concept is cool. At least I think so.
Brad fished? George fished? No, I'm trying it too hard.
No.
Brad, George, Pitt, Clooney.
Pit fished?
Clooney fished?
I
yeah.
don't want to be here anymore.
Wolves size. Wolves fished. Wolf fished.
Wolf fished.
Okay.
Wolf fished.
Look,
works.
you just did it to yourself.
There you go.
Catfish, wolffish.
Wolf fish.
There you go.
Bark,
Had
bark.
to go full circle.
We did it.
We did it.
Event Horizon.
That's a different movie entirely. I do want to ask. This movie likes to play on tropes to a very wide range of effectiveness. With some of the old man tropes and both having a bad back, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe I'm coming onto that, so I feel it. And
Yeah.
other tropes, like you go to the seedy motel to interrogate the suspect, and the only one you can get is the love nest, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Like, how
that
do
was
those
less
hit?
effective?
Yeah,
I don't know. The motel scene especially to me was like, come on, stop hitting me with the fucking giant piece of ham you have in your hands, movie. This is like we get it. It was last minute. None of them wanted to go to their place. That was another thing. And just speaking of tropes that were overused, the whole like, oh, I have my place and nobody knows where it is, and it's like, okay, fine, we get it. You're lone wolves. Don't
One's
but,
dead. Taking me back to your den.
For the most part, I see what you did there. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I thought they hit well, but there was some of them there. I think they played them too, like they leaned on them too much. Like the motel one was one, and just the whole thing with June as well.
yep.
Like I don't know about you guys, but I knew immediately when Brad Pitt called his guy, and then immediately, George Clooney called him, and then Brad Pitt called it. I was like, it's the same guy.
Yep.
Come on, there's no way that it's not. But then they did it well when Clooney was driving, and he said, "Oh, left on division," and it just does the fucking Clooney smirk.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it, this movie got me again.
Yeah, that's when the movie's at its best, right? Is when when they give you a breadcrumb and then lead you to oh yeah, I know where we're going.
Yeah. And I don't know, I was convinced by Brad Pitt. It was like, oh, so you're sleeping with her too. And like Clooney says, like, sleeping with her? And it was like, oh fuck, motherfucker, you got me too.
Yeah.
So for the most part, those tropes hit. I don't know for you guys. For me, they hit well with an exception or two.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm trying not to pick because it's not some of the things that happen in the movies aren't tropes per se. It's just setups that happen to make movies go.
Right.
Like
a drugged up kid running around in his underwear in the middle of winter.
Like it's a trope, but it's like it's not a trope where like you have no emotions to it. It's just like, yes, this is a method to tell a story, so okay. Whereas tropes are just like, oh, this shit again, or oh, nice, I like that.
Right.
And the kid with drugs running, it's like, yeah, okay. So many movies have done that. It's like not a trope anymore. But then the other thing is like when the Croatian, I believe the Croatian's like boss is like his fixer, for lack of a better term, notices the guns together. He declares them buddies.
No, that was so bad.
And I don't know if that's a trope, but it's just like
no, it's not a trope. That's just awful.
Right?
It's like writing.
But it's so awful that it's become a crutch. Of sorts.
Yeah. Like I would rather, him have done something really stupid, like pick up the guns and like make them do kissing noises and then go, oh, they're buddies. That would have been funnier than just looking at the guns at the table. And I guess he thought they were buddies because they were the same gun? Like
type of gun.
that made no sense to
So-
me. That's it.
It felt forced.
So this is the first time I thought about this. But do you think they try to explain away? I have to preface this because I just want to say this. You know how when we watched The Flash, and The Flash had the world's worst CGI when he is going through the Speed Force and jumping from place to place,
Mm-hmm.
and the director was like, "That's how it's supposed to look," because blah blah blah. Is
see.
the explanation at the end of the movie that it was all set up to get them cleaned fixes all the weird storyness that we'll get into in the plot holes, where like you jump from scene to scene to scene and they kind of don't actually connect, or like the things that happen, like the buddies thing, or like the guy seeing them together and letting them go, like connecting all those weird story points together meaningfully.
The latter, yes, but the buddies thing, like very specifically, does not get solved. Like the rest, yes.
Yeah.
Like why was he so easily convinced that they didn't know each other? Blah blah blah. I was like, that is the stupidest mob boss I've ever seen in my life. And then they explain it away. It's like, oh, it's not that we convinced him; he was in on it. But then the bodyguard, he says, the bodyguard wasn't in on it. I was like, okay, so if he wasn't in on it, why the fuck did he think you guys were buddies? It doesn't really make sense.
No, the right-hand man is essentially like playing the role from the audience side to just push it to help the story along.
Yeah, the same with the plan of, oh, we can't be seen together, but let's all go into the club together anyway.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, it was like, why?
It's
the
not funny.
the world's smallest wedding venue.
Also that, yeah.
It's small. And that really great callback to like the music of some of our childhoods and just life experiences.
Yeah.
Mr. Game. I was not expecting that.
I had that song I was singing the other day. I was like walking around the house singing, and my wife was like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Haven't heard that song in like a million years. I was like, no, it was in the movie.
Calling Mr. Rain.
Yeah.
What the hell? But anyways, go on.
I know what I want. Yeah. So I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, because that's like a guilty pleasure at this point. But I think most of the things were explained, and we're gonna get into it. But they were explained to a satisfying degree by the brutal piece of exposition we get at the end.
Surprise twist ending.
I mean, yeah. Is it a surprise when you're not expecting anything?
Yeah.
I disagree.
The bar sounded like I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting this movie to be done.
You expect a surprise to be good?
No, that's not the point. The point is,
they should.
As Robbie Williams says, if you don't expect nothing, and or nothing is expected, nothing is a surprise. Whatever the lyrics of Radio is.
When did he become your philosophy?
Well, for that one
Robbie
verse,
Williams?
One specific
the
instance.
Dow of Robbie Williams. What was the name? Take That fame. I want you back for good.
Was he in Take That? He wasn't Take That, was he?
Oh, he was, sir.
Okay.
I think
But
it was
anyway,
Take That.
like to me, why I'm saying it's not like a surprise twist ending is because I wasn't expecting anything.
Right.
I thought we were gonna end on they're now like buddy fixers or whatever.
So just to answer the audience's questions, or to echo, yes, Robbie Williams was in Take That from 1990 until 1995, and they launched a solo career in 1996. Furthermore, when we step
and outshone all the remaining members of Take That. Take That didn't get take out; they got took out.
Thank you for interrupting me with whatever that
sorry.
was. No, it's
And
cool.
the lyrics are nothing is surprising when nothing is expected.
Cool. Anyways, that's the opposite.
This has been the Take That podcast.
This is the thing is the definition for surprise is an unexpected or astonishing event, fact, or thing.
Mm-mm.
So
Right.
by the definition of you not expecting the ending, it is a surprise.
See, lawyered.
Fine semantics, boy. But,
Gavel.
but it's
Gavel.
it's like, was it surprising that they found out that they were the ones being cleaned? Yeah, it was. But
Was
at
it
the
good?
same time, it was not the way that they did it.
It was dumb.
Yeah, the idea is cool, but I would have loved to have been a good example of show don't tell and this was all tell and no show.
Well,
Can we put you in the writers' room right now? How would you spit game to the team likings of Brad Pitt and George Clooney? How would you do that?
This is not that section of the episode, my friend. You have to
Listen.
You have to hold your fucking horses.
I'm not trying to skip nothing. I see the scene playing out in my head.
So then keep it in your head until we get to the next section.
first of all, the challenge here is that exposition is cheap. And
Yes.
that is why they did it.
It's like Alien and versus Predator, where there's just nonsense, and then 5 minutes in the middle of the movie, one guy tells the other everything that they could not have possibly known, and then the movie continues.
And then that's bad. So Chris, to answer your thing, like,
Come on!
It's to answer Arnold's thing. It's not that Brad Pitt and George Clooney would say no to Luciano's ideas. They probably all for it, but the story decides that we just need to do exposition here because we don't want to pay for like cutbacks or a better story or better writer. Because and like they're probably cool with it because like, well, I'm the world's best actor, so yeah, of course I can act this super good and problem solved.
Wow, that was some unexpected and unnecessary shade on the duo.
I felt the shade. That shade was marinating in some Southern tea.
That's the best marinade. Everyone knows that.
See? Gavel, gavel.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
Listen, we're looking for a catchphrase, and Chris is going through about 10 a minute just to see what sticks. It's fine. We'll find one eventually.
Find eventually.
He's just, every word now is just
every word now. Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Don't encourage him.
I'm good.
He's fine. He's doing great.
Fine. Why?
Would you have rather just seen an ocean? 14 or
Ocean's 14?
They did 11, 12, and 13, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
and
now
then,
that's hard
then,
because Bernie Mac's dead.
8.
And we're not counting 8 because that was a different crew. So Bernie Mac's dead, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
is Saul.
Saul's dead too. So we're back down to Ocean's 11.
Yeah. Well, in this case, we're at Ocean's 2.
Ocean's, yeah. So, but like most of the crew come back. Like, would that have been a better? Is that the way? Like, instead, like it's nice to get a different story, but like, it felt like they just wanted to do an Ocean's movie.
I think that's exactly what they wanted to do, and they wanted to be sly about it. And like Clooney and Pitt, they must be like see. We don't get very many duo pairings across show business like consistently. You got the Smothers brothers, you got Belle Biv DeVoe, you've got
this is a random ass list.
You've got Sonny and Cher, you've got the Rat Pack, but then Ocean's 11 comes, and then they remake it in modern times, and then like the best brosif that ever broed relationship forges, and they can't help but not want to do it. They've spent the rest of their careers trying to get back to this point. This has been premeditated.
I think that's very uncharitable. Like, did they want to put George Clooney and Brad Pitt together acting?
They're puppets, and they're aware.
And like just
aware
interacting with each other because they have great chemistry.
Schmuck. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because they knew it would sell just from the fact that they were together. But they're not, it's not like they're the same characters just masquerading as other characters.
It's true. I mean,
that's what they doing. Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau.
No, but like, why don't you have any
not
modern
even
references?
that? Like, I'm a huge fan of Grumpy Old Man, but that was not what was happening there.
Well,
here's a movie I would have wanted to have seen: Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon as cleaners. That I would have liked to have seen.
Oh, listen, they're both.
So we
dead.
need to resurrect them
both,
right?
Yes,
We
yes.
need to resurrect them both, and then listen. We only have so much budget. We spent it all on bringing you two back.
Yeah,
This is what's left. The world is going to end unless you motherfuckers learn these lines and shoot this shit for humanity.
Yeah, you do Weekend at Bernie's Cleaner Edition.
Oh my God.
Is Bernie a cleaner? Bernie's the best cleaner.
Bernie's the best cleaner because he was alive the whole time.
Yeah.
They shot Tupac and Biggie.
Chris, your team references of two actors have thrown me for a loop, and I do not remember what we were talking about.
Really?
No clue at all.
So
But-
okay, so I have a question then
Oh,
while you get
okay.
your bearings.
Sure.
So I don't know about you, Chris, but I think Matt, I know you're an Android person, right? So
Yep.
you're not like into the Apple world. Are
No.
you, Chris, an Android?
Why
person
would
too?
you ask me that question? I am an Android user.
Yeah. So how did you guys feel? Because I don't know if you guys had watched a lot of stuff from Apple TV Plus. I have, because every time I buy a new iPhone, I get 3 months free, and that's the only time I ever get Apple TV Plus. How did it feel to watch an hour and 50-minute commercial for iPhones? Because that's what, like, everything that's on Apple TV Plus, and I've watched a lot of things there. They make sure to show the phones and to use the ringtones that are exclusive and to use like how did it feel for you guys? Like, was it overt?
Didn't notice
Did you guys
it.
notice
Didn't
it?
think
Really?
twice about him using an iPhone.
Same.
Everything they said about
Interesting.
iPhones, my brain was just like blocks it out. I couldn't give a
Okay,
fuck.
no, that's good, because I was like, why would you, like, they show the thing, they show Siri and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
why? Stop doing that.
They thought they were being slick by placing only their tech in the movie, but for users who are not familiar with it, we don't know what the fuck it is. It's just a device.
Having a fucking
People are
clue.
like, product placement, it'll be great, people will see it and they will want it. As the
Nope.
other user, like, huh, phone?
Yeah.
There was a phone.
It's a
in this
smartphone.
movie?
Yeah.
I remember the payphone. Wasn't there a payphone traditional in this movie?
I think so. At one
Yeah.
I
point.
think there was a booth at one
Yeah.
point.
Maybe. But
That's
Chris is
what I
right.
remember.
Like, I can spend
Bam.
1,000 podcasts talking about how I think advertisements are a scam, and I don't think businesses actually get any value they think they get out of them. We're not here for that. But Chris's point is accurate.
Gavel.
When I watch a movie, I don't like you gotta fucking do Reese's Pieces level of product placement in ET to catch
Huh.
anybody's attention.
Did you know you can make calls with Siri, your personal assistant? Like,
That might have helped, honestly.
Yeah, that would have helped. That would have helped.
or
Oh,
like
but that makes-
one of those like super forced lines where they go, "Oh, I don't know what my where my contact list is. I don't know how to find it." Well, have you thought about asking Siri? You see, Siri is it's like one of those.
Might as
You
well.
did it! You did it! Hats off, sir. The
Yeah.
flow and the structure were perfect. You were spinning, man.
Yeah.
That's the equation.
To me, because I have always had an iPhone, when they show Margaret like scrolling through the list to
Didn't notice.
find this, I was like, why would you show me that? Like,
It was. I know. Now that you say it, that was a moment. I was like, "Why the fuck does her phone look that way?"
because it's an iPhone.
I'm a robot. I didn't even fucking. I was like, oh, pictures on a phone, cool. I'm
Okay.
gonna go look over here for a minute.
I was just very curious because it happens
skip
in
past this scene.
every single thing. Like all of the series that
Really?
I watch there, all of the movies that I watch there, they always have an iPhone in their hands. It's
You know
always
what?
Max everywhere.
Oh.
Luciano was right. When I watched Greyhound, the World War II movie where they're hunting submarines, Tom Hanks always had an iPhone in his hand. So you are right. I did notice it.
Was he eating an apple at any point in this
Always.
movie? Yeah, okay.
Listen, this makes so much sense because I
Like
now
he
just remembered.
Takes a bite of the apple and goes, huh?
I remember when Morgan Freeman was driving Miss Daisy. He had an iPhone, and he
Yeah,
just
of
like,
course.
okay,
In the dashboard of
ma'am.
the car, right?
and he's just like, the smartphones didn't exist in driving Miss Daisy. That's
Yeah.
the joke.
But famously, Apple did.
Thank you for fucking explaining.
Apple
it.
produced that movie.
Y'all didn't give me
So,
nothing on that
Right.
one.
You didn't have to. It's just saying.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't have
You don't
to.
get on.
You-
Gavel, gavel. Anyway,
No.
Gavel yourself.
Yeah, in the head.
We're gonna use whatever that was, and
Yeah.
we're gonna
As a segue?
We're gonna
Let's
segue.
go.
This is the best segue I've done yet to date. Mark it down.
Oh shit!
Plot holes.
Date is it today?
I don't
Hey,
know.
look at that.
November or something. We're doing a plot hole.
True. Yeah.
There's only really one plot hole in this movie, but you'll understand why.
Huh.
There's about 140 minutes of movie that happens before we get to the diner scene where they figure out that they're the ones that are being cleaned. And when that happens, all I can think about is that
Smudge my glasses.
the plot of the movie was crammed in that last 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was
Well,
uncomfortable.
they speak so rapid fire. I had to watch
Yeah.
it a couple of times.
And
I did not.
and so that when you look at the rest of the movie, it's like, is the movie the plot hole?
See,
Yeah,
Because
a little
nothing
bit.
happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, stuff happens, but the characters don't have any growth. They don't learn any
No.
skills. They don't go on any
No.
arc.
All
It's,
that they do is
No.
begrudgingly accept that they have to work together
Yes.
because
Yeah.
reasons. Yeah.
It's playing one note on an instrument for 140 minutes,
Yeah.
and then
I had
Now you
never
got notes?
seen I had never before seen like a plot shaped like a plunger, which is what this was.
yeah.
But, like I was so mad because the idea was good.
Sure.
The idea of like, oh shit, this was an elaborate plan put together by their guy, whoever, like their handler or whatever it
Yeah.
is, to clean them because of the other thing that they mentioned in passing. But fucking show it to me throughout the movie that this is happening somehow. Right?
I
There
love
was
that you said to
one. There
clean
was
them.
literally one scene where they try to do that, and it's so weird, and it never comes back. It's when they're outside of June's place, and she says, "You two better be careful." And then like Clooney leaves to get the car, and Brad Pitt looks, and there's some weird dude looking at him on
Yeah.
the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And then when they were going through the thing, I was like, oh, so that was like probably someone. I was like, motherfucker,
Yep.
show it to me.
Yep.
Take the fucking screen away from Clooney and Pitt for 2 seconds to show me something.
You can
It's okay.
you can, even if you took all that exposition at the end of the movie, and like they kind of try to do it with Looney being like, there's a bigger picture, but
Right.
they need to work it out in real time, not just like fucking
Yeah.
Ocean's 11, the ending of this movie, where they
Yeah.
show you the heist and the actual real heist was running the heist.
Fuck, that's exactly. Oh
Yep.
no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly what they did.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
I hadn't noticed until you said it. You're
Yeah.
right.
You're welcome.
Fucking, they Ocean 11 this. Yeah.
Look, I told you this was premeditated.
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
But like,
Gavel.
they could have stop.
The gaveling thing's not working for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It doesn't need to work for you. I feel great when I say it.
Jesus Christ. But like they could have done it in a way. It would have even been cooler if by the time they reached the diner, they were already ready for the cleaning crew.
Yeah, that would be great.
Right.
Like they're
'Cause, like, you
talking
showed-
about it as they go to the diner and they're collecting weapons and planning. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like where you don't even, and it would be funny if they did it or fun if they did it in a way where they're like in the subway and they start talking about it in sort of like metaphor or like in a way that isn't very clear. And then they show one of them going to some like random place in the city, picking up a stash of like a bag. The other guy goes also picks up like a briefcase or whatever.
Yeah.
And they meet at the diner. They find out it's the same diner. And then by the time they get there and we see, because the scene of the cleaning crew assembling outside was pretty cool. If you watch
Sure.
it again, it's very slowly, like some random people just stop and turn and stop and turn and stop and turn. It would have been cool if they were like, okay, let's do this. Like each of them opened the thing. It's like a fucking arsenal. That would have been cooler than like it was very like
It sucked.
lazy. I think that's
It was
the
reverse sucked. It was the reverse of a vacuum cleaner. Just shot to. It was
Yeah.
worse than a fire hose.
blow is the reverse of suck.
yes.
Yeah, it's like an air duster to your just in your mouth, just like a Sum 41 video.
I
Too much
don't
information.
like where this is going. You could have
I
said
said
there
too
was
much-
like it was
How-
like
That was PG.
How is air dusting your mouth like a Sum 41 video? I just got.
I can't do that
I
with
gotta
this.
know.
I don't
You
understand.
don't need to show
It's
me.
just-
Explain to me.
You pull the trigger,
I under-
and then the forced air, force expands your entire mouth,
Okay.
and then your face
Yeah.
gets all
Yeah.
donutty.
Or-
That's what I mean.
Hold on, it force expands your mouth? Like
does.
you
It
become a
uses the force.
dyad?
Like the force.
You become the
Chua!
dyad?
His
Is that what
his
happens?
cheeks become a dyad and they expand
A
out.
dyad
I don't
of
like how
air.
you say cheeks. I don't like that. I don't phrasing, sir.
But
phrasing.
at no point have you,
No, Diddy.
at no point have you explained why that was like a Sum 41
I just
Video.
did. That's what they did.
in the Sum 41.
That's Sum 40. Listen, Sum 41, rest in peace. That is their legacy.
I
The
don't.
whole
I'm not
slow
sure you
motion
got
jowl
Sum
shake
41
thing.
at all, but
I
can't.
don't think you know Sum 41, what a legacy is.
We can't spend any more time on this. I just had to ask the
Yes.
one
Gavel.
question.
Oh, fuck.
It's not. I'm not.
It's working because it's
No.
the punctuation. Sometimes people want more seasoning than your voice, so he's a segue.
Jesus.
I got you.
No,
Gavel.
no. Stop this.
If the gavel is the thing to segue, you know we only change topics like 3 or 4 times.
That doesn't matter.
Yet listeners, how many times has this man said gavel in this episode to date?
Probably 12.
We're 40
Too
minutes
many.
in. Just 12? Please.
However many it was too many.
It's like 40.
You gotta try it. Try it. Each of you try it right
No,
now.
I refuse. Based on principle alone. I do have a follow-up question to the movie and the plot holes.
Is that what we're talking about?
I guess. We see these scenes that are all stitched. Like, okay, the first scene makes sense. They put they go to the hotel. They both show up. They clean up the hotel. They have to work together. That's all fine. And then they put the kid in the back of the car in the second scene, and they try to drive the car away with the kid, and the kid escapes. That's all good. All flows.
Okay.
And then we chase the kid. It's like, okay, well, yeah, he ran away. You got to chase him.
Chase him for a long time.
A long time.
I
thought it'd be funnier. Like, I thought it'd come back around, but it kind of didn't. But whatever. That's not what we're talking about. But then we catch the kid, and then we're finding out, like, the kid is maybe like the kid.
Yeah.
And he's doing this other job for his friend, and he has drugs. And is he dumb or isn't he dumb? Is he secretly a genius? I don't know. And then they have to go help this kid in his drug bust because of reasons. And then, the Croatians are like, we can't be seen by the Croatians, but we're definitely all going in together. And all of it just starts to spin out of control, right? So is there one scene? Is it the Croatian thing that you're just like, no.
I think it starts to unspool from like the thread starts to like fall off of the spool when
you're explaining the same thing twice. You were good the first time, man. Believe in yourself. I believe in you.
Gavel. That'll shut him up. Now I think it starts to unravel for me when like that chase scene goes on too long, and then they catch the kid, and then we get a B plot. When the A plot wasn't even there. It was like, oh, there's this drug thing and LaGrange and some other ZZ Top song, I don't know, right? And then it's like, what the good song. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's like the movie takes a wrong left turn at Albuquerque, to quote the wise Bugs Bunny. And that's to me when it starts to go like, okay, this is weird. Right. It's not bad. Like the movie never, at least to me, and spoiler alert for the ending, it doesn't really get bad to me, but it starts going in a weird direction. And by the time we hit the fucking club, we already had the stupid motel scene. We had the whole conversation about being lone wolves and I was thought like this by my master, the Darth Cleaner.
Christopher Lambert, is that you?
Yeah, I was like,
it is I. There can be only two.
I am a cleaner. Yeah. So like
Javex or Mr. Clean.
It's not bad, actually. Good job.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. To me, that's when it starts. It feels like, so I've run many RPG campaigns, right? And
Nerd.
Yes. I know what my audience is, but that felt like when the DM had the first half of the story down pat, and it's like it's cool and everything works, and then you get to the point where he didn't have time to think what was coming next, and it's just whatever he can think of at the. Oh, yes, you go to a club where you both have had dealings with the mob boss that's there, but you can't be seen together. But you're a party, you have to go in together. Yeah, so you have to go in together because reasons. And now, wait, but then they shouldn't know. So, okay, so the bodyguard was going to find out that you're actually, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's like, how can I put this? It's like, whatever the first idea that came out of someone's head is what ended up in the paper.
Yeah. I mean, at least in like D&D as an example, the bodyguard can roll a nat 20 on insight.
Yeah.
And,
that's what happened there.
That's
what happened there. He looked at the two guns and he saw pattern, like the guns against the pattern of the tablecloth, and he was like, buddies. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it, right? It's that as the movie goes on, the reasons for things happening in the story become more strenuous and like these guys are like, I'm the best at what I do, right? And it's like, but
Yeah.
are you though?
But
Because like,
are you if you only figured out you're about to get cleaned at the very end?
yeah, it feels like you're not great at this job. It feels like you might be bad at this job.
You're
But
like the B team.
But it's like they're not cleaning, right? Like you brought that up before, right? Like
Yeah.
so like is the fix here to have them clean more, or is the fix here to make them smarter so they predict these things or come with a plan, like when they go into the wedding?
I would respect them more if they had leveraged their intelligence, the supposed wolf god tier fixer intelligence, if they picked up on this stuff earlier.
Yeah.
Because then whether or not we get a reveal as to like their main, like their same agent, like that's you could deal with that or not.
Right.
You could have showed them like
just
playing 4D chess, right? Where they notice that they're being set up and they do something.
Did you see?
Because what his like their handler does is he knows them so well that he can kind of anticipate what they're gonna do. Sure. That's what I understood from that fucking back and forth. That felt like the architect scene in Matrix 2. That was so really fast that they were talking.
Yeah.
So if they could have flipped the script, see what I did there? If they could have flipped the script on the guy, and because they know him so well as well, kind of like turned it around, that would have been cooler than them just realizing in the last 2 minutes of the movie that they're about to get fucked.
So they should have wolves the wolf. Is what I'm understanding.
So, because I don't think with the plot they wanted to show in this movie, they couldn't show more cleaning, because the cleaning was just a means to an end, right? They clearly don't just do what they were doing for the DA, which is like disposing of a body, blah, blah, blah. They clearly like, they talk about the other jobs that they did, and someone went in and it was a shit show, and then there was evidence, but then the evidence got exploded, blah, blah, blah. So they clearly do cleaning that is different than just, having a bunch of bodies to eliminate. Bodies. So maybe if they did that type of cleaning more, like maybe they had to shoot someone and they had to dispose of that and make it look like an accident or whatever the case may be. Maybe that would have helped. But if they wanted the plot to be, these two guys are going to be cleaned and someone's trying to sort of play, like I said, 4D chess with them and have them do what they predicted they're going to do, have them turn it around, not just go, oh shit, we're about to get fucked in the very last end of the movie, at least for me.
And then freeze frame. They wouldn't have stood a chance. Like, there makes no sense for them to slide down in that, I don't know, 1950s diner.
Yeah.
Like that's no cover, but whatever.
I mean, again, the ending is this challenge, right? Because it makes no sense with the rest of the movie.
I mean, if they escaped a firing squad from the bodyguard for the creation behind a car,
and not one of them got a scratch at the end.
Not a single scratch.
Nothing. It's the heaviest plot armor there is.
Well, I mean. Yeah, no, because they went to the doc to get like a cure for the drugs the kid was on, right?
Yeah.
To help him recover. Yeah,
that would actually have been cool if one of them got shot and had to go back to June, right? To get patched up.
I mean, I think that's the thing is nothing that happened in the movie hints at the surprise ending. And so it really feels like they tested this movie and audiences like, that was it. Like, audience expected more Ocean's 11.
Oh, right. And then they added the end.
And they just, because it's super easy to put them in a diner and film it. Right?
Oh,
like
100%.
That's so cheap. Because it's just like, it doesn't, even the dots they connect are like, I mean.
It's so.
If you say so.
Contrived. Yeah.
It's salad bar, man.
Yeah, it is. It's just word salad. You're right. So.
I came for food.
How do we, if we're talking about fixing this, is there.
Yes.
Is there, because
can I go first?
Because I mean, like, I one thing I'll say, and then you can go, Chris, is like, if these very few actors could have pulled off what they did at the end in terms of like, it was still entertaining even though it was dumb as hell. And if you have worse actors,
if it was basically anybody else, I would say.
Right. Anyways, Chris, how do we fix this?
So I can't. There's something creatively triggering about the word cleaning, and I was like, what would it? I'm suddenly drawn to this idea of two things. One, this it's almost no disrespect to Pitt and Clooney, but it feels like instead of going for AAA blockbuster action film or slow ramp up like gangster then the action really hits its peak where they're gonna have to get very physical. I think this is the show of them accepting their age. Like they're not doing a lot. Like the most that takes place is Brad Pitt going for a brisk jog and then grabs his side. So instead of all that, that's their low energy. High energy, have the clean. How do you clean as like a gangster tier special fixer in the whole? How do you clean a whole fucking hotel? Almost like, and then what happens? Because like,
that
similar to like the tower action movies where there's a fight.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying they have to do that, but what if they just have a hotel of dead bodies, bro?
No, what if, and would be make it an entirely different movie, but I don't care. But what if the entire movie is set on that hotel, and every time they try to do something, it fucks something else that they have to go clean?
Crisscross wires,
right?
And trigger.
And then at the end, they have to have done a bunch of stuff in the whole hotel, and there's police and all that shit. But hear me out, the devil's advocate in this. If they weren't able to string together a cohesive plot, decent plot that is simple as the one that we got, imagine something much more convoluted. It would have sucked. So the fix, Matt, is to get better writers.
Okay. I'm not against that.
You got to send Luciano in.
You're at least trying to fix the movie we watched, where Chris just wrote an entirely new movie.
Yeah.
To satisfy the answer.
Okay.
All answers are valid, if not dodging the question. That's okay. I think that part of the reason why the answers are like that is it's such a systemic problem, because like. We talked a little bit about it. The best you can do is probably go into the movie and insert them learning as they go through scenes. They pick up when Clooney says, "Oh, there's always a bigger picture." Let them get glimpses of it. Let them get more glimpses.
And
of
let us see a glimpses of it, right? As well.
Yeah, I mean that's just it, right? Make that guy that sees Pitt outside the doc's place show up again. Show up a third time
on the phone talking to someone. Right, make the same thing with the mob boss, the Croatian, getting a phone call right as they're entering
from the guy.
Right? No, we don't have to know who it is from, but give us a chance to solve the mystery before the characters do.
Yeah,
right. Show things.
That guy on the street knew something. That was something.
We don't know.
That was the implication, but there's nothing to show for it.
He doesn't come back ever again, so it's meaningless because we don't get like the part of the thing of the movie doesn't realize, and I'm not saying this movie's problem specifically, but like we're not. There's usually a character that's the surrogate for the audience, or like that happens, but like if
we got one,
we did,
for the first 5 minutes of the movie,
right, and then gone.
Yeah,
but like if you're gonna show me a twist ending, you have to show me how the people I'm with get there, or show me the pieces outside of them, so I'm there when they solve it. I'm like, oh yeah, nice, they solved it. Because if you're just like springing on me at the last second, that's garbage.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. And also hint at what the non-twist ending would be. Right? That's why I said it wasn't really a surprise, because I wasn't expecting anything. That's what I meant. It's like
You're still using that wrong.
Yeah, that's why I'm explaining it. Like there was nothing, like there was no like, oh, this is what happened.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a work day gone wrong for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like. And then there was this whole twist, but there was no other sort of end game or pay dirt to hit, right?
Yeah.
They knew if they did that though, if they executing a twist would tip this movie over into blatant Ocean's territory, because
that's fine if you do it well. Yeah. I don't care.
It doesn't matter that it's like a, borrowing a concept, or borrowing not really a concept, but borrowing a mood and a feel of the movie, because that's really what the Ocean's 11 movie is about, right? Like, sure, it's heist, but it's also like the ambience and the vibe. The vibe, that's the word it was.
The vibe.
I don't mind that they wanted to make another Ocean 11's kind of vibe movie, but do it well. I don't care that it's not a new thing. Just do it well.
It's problematic because they want to have the same characters from the Ocean's movie in this movie, but they don't let these characters be as smart and talented at their jobs as those characters were.
Yeah, that's true. Because Daniel Ocean was always on top of, like, he knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Right?
And so when you
Yeah.
see them explain away things that happen, like it happens more in Ocean's 12. Is it 12 with the fox, the thief? That's 12, right?
I don't know.
I think
Anyways.
so.
Well, you haven't watched the Ocean's
Maybe-
movies?
I was actually thinking like, never mind. I was thinking of Ocean's 11 metaphysically. Carry on.
Jesus.
I don't
I
know.
don't want to know what that means.
No, we're moving past that. Anyway, so it's one of those things where best of intentions and worst of applications.
Yeah.
In terms of how they did it.
Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot, I feel, where it's a good idea that is poorly executed.
I mean, that's Hollywood.
Well, Hollywood is one of
the
two
West
things.
Side Boys are rounding the corner.
Yeah, it's one of two things, right? Either they're trying to remake something that was successful without understanding why it was successful.
Mm-hmm.
Apple
Or-
was trying to do it. Apple was trying to do Hollywood.
Oh, they did it.
Have they though?
But that doesn't mean it did it well.
They're bad at Hollywood.
No, because they did exactly what we're saying.
What?
Right? It's just
But
Hollywood
not well.
is bad, and they did the bad thing well.
But-
It's basically what happened.
What the fuck does that mean?
How many
bad
V's
thing,
are
well?
in wolves?
They see.
3.
Let's just get to the fun questions.
Gavel, gavel.
At least he stopped.
It's
using
growing
it.
on you. I got Luciano now. I'm rounding
No,
second side.
I tried it because I thought it would shut you up. Clearly, my
You're
mistake.
wrong.
Yeah.
Which is another podcast we made. But anyways,
Don't listen to it.
it's great.
No, listen to it. Fuck you. Go listen to it too if you want.
We can't get any advertisement out of it. Who cares? How does a Brad Pitt, how does a George Clooney, how does a Matt Damon, how do they become a wolf?
Oh.
And
So I think you have to be bitten by a cursed wolf in the full moon. Is that how that
Cursed?
goes?
Like with
Yeah.
lycanthropy or
Bad
like a
plot?
different curse?
Yeah, that's what. Thank you for explaining the joke, you motherfucker.
I said bad plot. Cursed with bad plot.
No, don't be meta. It's too early for you to be meta like this. How do you
The
become
curse
a wolf?
contains potassium benzoate.
I think you need to go to Tibet. Because
Okay.
so here's okay. I know this is supposed to be just the answer, but fuck you. I'm gonna expound it. Here.
I hate it.
They'll go like,
Don't do it.
the way I was taught, you're supposed to be alone because the only way to be trusted is if you trust no one. And I was like,
Huh.
that's some Tibetan monk shit right there. So maybe they have to go to Tibet, like walk up a mountain during the winter alone
I like this.
and find the wolf guru at the top,
Oh.
which is kind of like Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but instead of a rat, he's a
Yeah.
wolf.
Okay.
Sure.
And that wolf
I'm here for that.
man teaches you how to clean.
In this
hands
scenario,
hands you a mop, and he says,
First,
wax
go
on,
over
wax
there.
off, Danielson.
great. In this scenario, is
Fuck.
his mom the wolf or is his dad the wolf?
Yes.
But then,
Oh shit.
if he's a wolf man,
Yeah. Listen, it's current
What is
year.
happening?
Don't you assume his gender?
I don't know what's happening.
biologically, in order to have a wolf child, is he biologically engineered? Is that
Sure.
he's clean, alpha cleaner?
Wait, who are you asking about? The person who
Yes.
is the guru or Brad Pitt?
Yeah,
When you walked
obviously,
up that
yes.
mountain.
Yes,
Okay.
obviously, yes.
Yes, he gets bioengineered. The guru has a high-tech medical facility at the top of the mountain.
So
in his
basically,
grotto.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney are clones.
Yeah, didn't you hear what the kid said? You're basically the same person.
You know,
Holy shit! It's Gemini Man.
we figured it out.
Yeah. I yield my time. Clearly, I've answered the question.
Clearly, you've answered the question. Chris,
Wow.
do you have any different ideas?
That was actually pretty fucking dope. I'm almost ready to yield my time, but the question remains.
He never will.
I'm not. Gavel. So I need you.
Jesus.
The idea of how one becomes a wolf, I feel, starts off more rooted in the how would you say, in the environment that I think it needs to, in the habitat within it needs to exist.
Right.
In the grimiest of cities, that's where you get each semester is several hard knocks of fixer life. And like you've got to be ready to kill, steal.
You're talking about like
I'm not finished.
Like I'm asking you a question to elaborate.
Okay.
Are you saying there's like an internship where you go, okay, now the second year of your internship, you have to go to Chicago to learn all of that shit over there. Okay.
We're gonna send you to learn, and they speak, and everything is spoken in code. And so we're gonna send you to the bakery. He's like, what the fuck is that? But then the bakery is where you go.
Why the bakery of all things?
Yo. We're gonna send you to the bakery. Where Phil over there, you're gonna talk to a man named Phil.
Right.
Phil,
yeah,
he's gonna teach you how to make fake passports. That's why we do the bakery. And then Pitt Clooney will be just like split screen. Whoa. Okay, fine. And then they do it in their relative cities. This
are you understanding this? No, I'm not.
Yes, they are.
Let him cook.
Asked how does one become? Yes, right. You're asking how one becomes a wolf. So they send them on a variety of journeys, and I guess like I'll go in the opposite direction. You said there is a wolf man who acts as a master splinter. I say that there are parallel warring, almost Roleo Capulet factions that create one fixer.
Is this like
every 20 years?
Cobra Kai, Mr. Miyagi thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And neither side, the heads are aware of the existence of the other, but not the soldiers, not the fixers. And they each have their own style, like jets and sharks, okay? But they don't know each other exists.
So they can't West Side Story each other? Is that what you're saying? They don't know it exists, so they can't like dance fight.
Or dance, or like they're trained so poorly that they can't help but get themselves. They forget intelligence when they get swept up into a dance circle.
Well, that's clearly we saw that happen in the movie. So you're onto something,
you know. And then it's all culminated. Your coronation, or rather, the culmination of your graduation takes place at the anticipation of when you need to kill somebody during the last arc of your internship.
Oh, I
thought
the culmination was when you go to a diner with your fellow wolf and get shot in the face by other fixers.
That is also possible, but I prefer to think that everyone wants a piece of the order of 3 chicken wings with the fried rice, and then just get to eating real quietly, or shawarma and eat real quietly, and then they all go about their separate way. Knock knock, and then they all scatter.
So this has been a fever dream the last 10 minutes. I don't know what's happening. So
I was just curious if Chris has been to a diner before, because generally,
I was gonna say
any of that food there.
I wasn't saving it for the diner.
I go into a diner and I order like some sushi. Yeah,
I imagine it could be in any restaurant. A diner could be one such place.
It's the traditional Japanese diner.
Actually, that sounds like a business venture we should all chip in on, guys.
Anybody listening to this, don't steal it. We thought of it first. If anybody opens the Japanese diner after when you listen to this, which is what, like November 11th?
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Damn.
Guilty.
Okay. Gavel.
Guilty.
Gavel.
See, I fucks with this, but the best name for that business would be Domo Dojo.
Sure, no, I'm not going to wade into that.
You fucked it up.
No, you fucked it up. You're supposed to help me.
No, yeah, I'm helping you.
I'm helping you. I know. Get off this topic.
We do a lot of yes and in this show. Sometimes you have to be no, what the fuck?
No, it's just
I'm doing that.
Yes, and
Planned.
I'd like to ask you a different question entirely.
Yeah.
What was the job in Gowanus? Gowanus?
Sounds
it has to be Gowanus. You know it has to be Gowanus. Gowanus. It's a party. Yeah.
And now I feel bad for Sir Gawain, King Arthur, one of King Arthur's
He knows what he did.
What the fuck? Baby oil. Yeah.
What happened in Gowanus? Some shit, let me tell you. Some shit happened. They did say Gowanus was a shit show, which I just now realize is the dumbest fucking pun I've ever heard in my life.
That's the bro humor. Oh shit, they touched.
What, they touched Gowanuses?
Sorry, I guess
Yeah.
I this. My bad.
Pook.
I don't think it needs to make that sound.
Don't do. No, that one's fine. Just don't do the other.
So,
That's. I grew up with that one, the second one, but the first one was just not called for. It's like it's just no. That's the right sound.
That's the right. How would you know it's the right sound? I don't want to know how you know that's
It
the
makes
right
too much
sound.
sense.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
So what
It's like
happened
the sound you get
there?
when you get two empty toilet cardboard rolls, and you just go poink poink poink.
anyways, we're doing a podcast. Luciano, do you want to?
You're dwelling so much on this.
You
What
sir.
happened there? I
Yeah.
think what happened was, so there was this litter of wolves that they found in Gowanus.
Okay, so we're answering what happened to Gowanus. That's not how you become a wolf.
No, yeah. Well, let me cook.
You know what? That's
I don't know. I don't know where this is gonna go.
No one does.
So they
Hassan.
and there was a misunderstanding because one of the guys says there was a bunch of wolves and they were like they can't be together. Wolves are lone wolves. They cannot be together. So
Buddies.
they sent buddies. They all of the wolves had
Oh, that
like
was
little
hard.
guns that
Yeah.
were exactly the same as each other's. And
Like,
and
which
then they
wolves? The little
send
wolves?
Clooney to clean the
The
wolves up.
wolflings.
Yeah,
Right.
the wolflings, yes.
Yeah.
Like famously how you call, baby wolves is wolflings. Everyone knows
Yes.
this.
I mean, yeah,
Teen
It's-
wolf.
It's
Obviously.
not wolflings.
there you go.
See?
Point proven. Good job,
Um,
Chris.
And so it was all really a misunderstanding. These were like the children of the wolf guru from the mountain,
Hey.
which are actually just clones of the wolf guru from the mountain because he reproduces by mitosis. He splits
Oh.
himself in two.
As
and
one
becomes
does.
two. Yeah,
Just like the doctor.
yeah. Wait, what? Oh, that doctor.
time.
I was like, what doctor?
Don't-
What doctor do you go to?
Yes.
But yeah, so that's what happened there. He went in, and the reason why he's being cleaned for it is because he refused. He's a cleaner, but he's not a serial killer, so he refused to kill puppies. So he was like, "No, I'm not going to clean anything up." And the wolves got taken to Bronx, which is where Brad Pitt got in. So that's what happened. They wanted him to kill puppies, is what I'm saying.
No,
Bruce-
some people don't like that.
Bruce doesn't like it.
But
Bruce
they don't
doesn't
like
care
that.
for your antics, sir. Chris,
Oh.
can you explain to me what happened with the explosion at the evidence warehouse in the Bronx?
Yeah. So there was an on leave Marine who was riding his bicycle
Oh my lord!
through the city one day, and he was heading to the bakery
Oh,
because he
God.
heard of some epic. What the? He heard of some epicness that was taking place. There was a rap cipher, you see, and
I'm just-
only
it's
one
fine.
only one could survive because they must battle to the last. Okay, you had MC Connery and you had MC Kurg, and so what happened with that Marine? He was carrying some money to also bail out his ailing cousin
Mike.
from the drug rings of cinnamon buns. Right?
You had
It's layered on top of layer.
you had Lagrange right there. You could have said the drug ring of Lagrange right there.
I have no
well,
notes.
You looked it in the
See?
face and you said, "No, not today, Satan." And you turned
no,
around.
I chose. That's right. I rebuke you, Satan. I chose violence of holiness in the donut, so I could just eat that.
Was
And it would be great.
was MC Ramirez still played by Sean Connery in this?
They couldn't afford him. He's not with us anymore.
Oh, he can be in Grumpy Old Men with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
yes. I've decided to accept your cinnamon bunch. and I raise you
I'm an
hot cross
I
buns.
am an Egyptian rapper called Juan
Yes.
Ramirez.
See?
As the surrogate for the audience, what the fuck is going on?
You got to catch up. You got to catch up.
I'm
No,
going to catch up by
we're-
we're going to jump
we're-
questions.
We're just trying to give the audience a feel for what it felt like watching the movie.
They watched it. It's fine. They know. A palate cleansing. They should have at least at 2 times speed or lower. The kid.
I watched that 1X
The kid.
with my wife.
This is
Yes, the
lies.
kid.
I don't believe you. The kid is
Let me call her.
extremely good at parkour.
Well, yeah, why?
How? Why? What? When? Why?
Oh, I got
Let's
the
go with
answer.
why. Why is the kid so good at parkour?
Because he's the third wolf. The wolfling has grown into he's growing into his alpha phase. And so he's scoping them. He's playing dumb just to get close to see how these two motherfuckers really get down. He's like, yo, a partner.
If Incel Spencer
The
was
same
here,
thing.
he would ask if Brad Pitt and George Clooney are beta cucks in comparison to the alpha wolf kid. Is that accurate, or am I just projecting on Spencer's behalf?
Honestly, it sounds right.
Oh,
To
no.
me.
Oh, no.
The
Incel
character-
Chris, where'd you
Yeah,
go?
No,
from?
no.
Oh, no.
Off the top
not
row.
by right. No, your assessment of what if Spencer was here's Incel Spencer character.
Sure, yeah.
That sounds like
Okay.
that's
Right.
a check mark. It sounds right.
What is the next thing that Incel Chris is going to say? That, the kid is a high quality male? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I
No.
I heard him say it. He just said it right now.
Jesus.
I didn't say shit.
Can't believe he did that.
I said-
Incel
I
Chris.
cannot believe.
And I can't believe it's not butter.
this is happening.
Lactantia.
Gavel, gavel, Incel Chris. Gavel, gavel.
See, this is what you do. This is what you do. You plant the seed. Plant the
The
seed.
seed
son.
of what? Of being an incel? I don't want it.
No, the seed of gavel.
It's
callback
fine.
humor.
Chris,
See,
I have a
it's accepted.
Chris, I have a different question for you.
Fire away.
You know,
I know. Cook.
wolves.
Let's cook.
Wolves.
Yes.
Wolf.
Is this the question?
Wolf singular. Yeah, this is the
What
question.
is the plural of wolf?
yeah.
That's not the question. I was waiting for the question. I know it was not that question.
Wolf? People can be him. I think.
What?
Hey man, let me ask the question. I think
Ask it.
that there are other people that could have been Wolf in this movie. Wolves.
Wolf
Oh,
Blitzer.
no. Oh, no.
What's happening?
Wolves. Wolfties.
Matt's English is unraveling like the plot in this
Oh
movie.
no!
There are
This is
people
what happened.
that could have been wolvesies in this movie. And so
That's not the right phrasing. Try again,
fine.
sir.
No, we're moving past it. Chris,
Try again.
Chris, what if Steve Zissou was taken out of the submarine and he was a cleaner in New York City? How do you think he would have handled, basically where they dropped off the kid to do the drug deal and like everything that stems out of that?
How would Steve Zissou as a cleaner have executed that
Yep.
scenario? First of all, that they would have ditched that car a long time ago, and he would have picked up a yellow cab because no one pays attention to the taxi driver, and so he's fascinated with fish for some reason, and no one understands why. And so he lets the kid run off, and since this is just Steve Zissou, right? It's just him.
As a wolf's size.
I am not dipping my toe into the pool that was that. He's in the cab by himself. He's observant, but then he hears something, and then he starts looking around. Then in his rear view mirror, he sees someone poorly execute the headlights off. It's like, oh shit, I'm supposed to cut the lights sooner. And then he's like, huh. And then like the camera goes back to the
Riveting
people following, back to the following the Croatians, and then it's like, oh, they were buddies. They were buddies. Yeah, they were buddies. They were buddies, and then the car blows up
They were buddies.
as they blow up, and we got a bird's eye view of the same guy doing that as he's incinerated. Ooh. My throat was dry.
Great. No, I love that. Are you done? Looks like you're done. You sounded done.
Yeah, I did it.
Luciano,
Oh my god, my agency.
Other people can be wolfses. And
Allegedly.
so I want to know how Castor Troy would have handled from when the
Okay.
kid wakes up and gets
In
out
the
of the
trunk?
car.
Okay. So if Castor Troy was one of the cleaner, or if he was the only cleaner, and the kid wakes up from the trunk and runs away,
Right.
that part?
Yep.
So that would be probably one of the quickest scenes in the history of cinema, because he would go, "Whoa, the kid is going away!" He would pull a gun, shoot the kid in the leg, not in the back, in the
Right.
leg, so that he falls down. And he would proceed to beat the living crap out of that kid while he dances to a song playing only in his head, which is that Hayden thing that plays in the beginning of Face Off.
Mhm.
And right before he finishes the kid up and kills him for good, he would do two very different things.
Holy shit.
The first one is he would cut the kid's face off because he never knew he needed a new one. But he would also feel his peaches like he does with that girl as well.
I can't.
The birth of
And-
Incel Censor has arrived.
Incel
Incel
censor. Is
Incel
an
censor.
incel person who's also censor.
Yeah, we're recording. We heard that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was just like, okay, now in my head, I'm like, okay,
about that.
I'm an incel, and even this is too much. You people need to stop.
Why would you say that about yourself?
Incel censor. Don't do
Yeah.
that to yourself.
Don't do that to
Oh.
yourself.
Don't. Don't.
Yeah, so
Speak
Castor Troy
freely.
would mutilate
Don't do it.
and or fondle the kid. That's what he
Great.
would do.
That's why he wasn't allowed to be in this movie. Clearly.
Just as a side note, I would have liked to have seen one of those characters be played by Nicolas Cage.
Both.
Just
one up both.
not Castor Troy, just Nicolas Cage being
that's fine.
You never
a
see the two
cleaner.
of them together, like the combination of the three together. Only Pitt Clooney. You never see Pitt Cage, Clooney Cage.
Oh
It's
man,
different lanes.
Pitt,
Okay.
Clooney, and Cage. Imagine that three cleaners. That would have been amazing and or insane.
Speaking of amazing and or insane, what did the Wolfses say
no.
to the kid's dad?
Oh right,
I'll take this one.
go ahead.
Yeah. You love your son. I see you have a nice home. With all these wonderful
It's all right.
You know.
That's not Richard.
It would
That's
be
not
a
Richard Kind
shame.
sounds at all.
I'm sorry.
I can see him in my mind's eye, metaphysically. It would be a shame if you were to lose all this. See, that's right. It'd be a shame for all these Sinatra collectibles to meet an untimely disappearing act doused with fire. Do you know what flesh looks like in fire?
No.
It's not. No, it's not fun. And then they both got up and they slowly backed away. It was just with the death stare, the same death stare that you saw Denzel Washington in the first Equalizer. And he's in the restaurant. He's like, "What do you see when you look at me?" the father is terrified.
My man.
See,
Yeah.
well, wait, what? Yes, yes.
No, wrong movie, but it's still Denzel.
No, I got it. Not in the end. End scene. Gavel.
Nope. Luciano, do you want to anything?
Yeah, I think they took a completely different tack. They basically said, so listen, you have seen our faces, you're not supposed to see our faces. Your son has seen our faces, you're not supposed to see our faces. So here's the deal. If you tell a soul about any of what happened here, about knowing us, about having seen us together, even worse, we will make sure that your kid is never ever accepted at a college again, and he will be home 24/7. He will be drinking from your Sinatra mugs. He will be using your Sinatra bathroom. He will be in your face and in your house 24/7.
And on the
And
computer,
the
spending all
father
your
was
internet.
so terrified that annoying fucking kid would be there all the time that he promised he would never say a word. That's what happened.
And then they told him that if he did, we'd still come back and kill you when it's all over.
No, they didn't do that at all. They just threatened
So
him
CSA.
with son.
Trying to give you.
No, they just said
Trying to
your
give you some
son.
cookies.
Your son will be here.
Why don't you accept these cookies? I
forever.
baked them
I
for
don't
you.
want. I don't want them. Stuff,
You want? You know what?
stuff,
Chris?
stuff them in
Chris?
your cheeks.
Haven't you learned anything? This movie is called Wolves. Wolves.
Oh man.
Wolf.
So it's
No,
still.
You're very
They
close to
ruined
an
the movie for
aneurysm. I have to say.
Oh my god. They told us what the movie was before we even walked in.
Yeah, Luciano doesn't need your assistance. He is his own.
I am a lone wolf.
Similar lone wolf like
But
you
he's
are.
not, because there's 2 more in the chat.
I don't see him.
Oh shit, that was cold. That was cold. He was talking about you, Matt. Oh, the whole time.
I mean,
no,
yes,
oh my
but
God.
also no.
Oh, you still? It's okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is probably a good time for us to talk about our ratings for this movie.
Oh yeah, we do that. You're right.
We do that.
From time to time.
We
yes.
do S tier as the top, although Spencer likes to break that rule. That's why we got rid of him.
He knows what he did.
He has it's just a timeout. It's like a red card. He's got a couple
Very-
games off, and
Very.
maybe he can come back. Maybe Chris is going to take a day off too. We don't know. Chris,
Oh,
what
shit,
is your
that's gangster.
ranking
That's code.
for
That's
this?
street code.
I'm just asking you what your ranking for this movie is. He's got to hydrate. It's a big answer. I don't like where this is headed.
Oh, he's
No,
shaking.
shaking.
Now. Yeah.
Lord. Anyways.
That's it. Matt is not the only one with an aneurysm.
I hear sirens.
Can we hear your
Yeah.
review, please? Thank you.
Answer: yes, you can. I heard sirens. Aside from that, and I don't smell burning toast. So this movie was fun. Like it was very chill, which is very on brand for Clooney Pitt. Clooney, if you are into that type of catfishing. Should you watch it? Yeah. If you've listened to our entire episode here, I don't know what's left for you, so maybe you shouldn't. Actually, I don't think you should. If you've listened to this, you've gotten everything you've needed. So based on that, if you've listened to this episode from beginning to this point, D.
Okay.
I yield my
One day
gavel.
I will understand how you do.
It's not worth your time.
Today is not
Don't
that
bother.
day.
We got to keep it moving, man. We got chicken and waffles waiting for us upstairs.
Apparently, we do. Luciano, you know what to do.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna start my review about the same way that Chris did.
Okay.
This
Oh
was
my god!
This was a fun movie.
Uh-huh.
You
It's
go
happening.
in
It's happening.
knowing to expect. You know what you're gonna get in terms of on-screen, chemistry and acting when you see that it's a movie that is being spearheaded by both of those
Acted.
guys, right? I had fun. Like, yeah, the plot is thin, and yes, they could have not done the exposition thing at the end. Blah blah blah. But the movie it delivers, at least to me, what I was expecting is some action, some comedy, a little bit of a mystery that could have been better handled. But overall, I actually would watch this again. Not too many times, maybe, but like it's just
Not too many.
well, no, like this isn't like Empire Strikes Back where I would watch it a million times, but I would watch it again. I'm sure there's like moments that I missed. So to me, this is a very solid B.
You're old and you're running out of time in life, and I don't know if you want to spend your precious waking hours left watching this movie again.
It's like
I
saying,
am curating that time very much. So
Okay. Yeah.
listen, it's like saying, do you like pizza? Do you do? Okay. Stick with the breadsticks on this one.
I mean that's fine. You wanted pizza, you got breadsticks. You're not happy, but you're not dissatisfied.
You got to eat.
And it was a bread
But,
thing,
yeah.
so yeah, I don't see the problem.
You're looking way too much on the bright side of things.
That's
don't
me,
I don't
always.
like this. No, I don't like where we are.
Something's happening.
No, this is weird.
Mercury's in retro.
I wanna
I had fun with the movie and it was good. That's it.
Okay, that's fair. Just to make this nice and succinct, I too am going to reiterate all the things you said. Insert them here. Pause for dramatic effect.
Oh,
And I'm going to give this movie a C.
I knew it. Okay.
It was fun. It was a fun movie, but it just that the ending really pissed me off. It just was so stupid. It was so unnecessary. It was so out of left field. It just really irked me, and I probably will never watch this movie again because I'm just like I don't like where I'm going to end up.
Correct.
I know it's at the end of this road, and I don't like it.
I hate it. Or maybe I'll just like watch it, and as soon as they
And then
like talk to the kid's dad, I'll just turn the movie off like it was meant to be turned off.
You know, it's like
honestly, that actually might make it better.
It might, but
just
you
leave it
don't
open,
because there's more,
right?
and you're watching it forcefully because you have no other choice.
What do you mean
it's
forcefully?
TBS.
So,
This is
someone
fucking 7. I can do what I want.
Yeah, it's like,
No.
who's
I'm saying,
clockwork oranging you to watch this fucking movie?
That's what this movie is. It's you go in thinking you're gonna get some Melba toast. It's it's Melba toast. It's just like this thing. Just this long. You take a slice out, and then you're like, I'm gonna get to take a bite of this my way. You try it, it breaks before you can even take a bite. Disappointing.
I'm just gonna say that this man gave this movie a D, but gave Renfield an A. So I'm just gonna let it rest.
Listen, he likes what he likes. It's not.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, one day I'll understand how he rates movies.
This is the parody league. This is
just listen.
crazy rankings by some weird dudes.
See?
Speaking
Might
of
as well
crazy-
change the name of the podcast at this point.
Good enough. Speaking of the next episode,
Crazy ratings by some weird dudes. The
Yeah.
podcast.
the next episode, we're going to bring back one of the crazy people, maybe, but we are going to watch Alien. Is it Aliens or Alien?
Alien Romulus.
Alien. Just so there's not aliens.
No, it's just the one.
Romulus.
Yeah, we
How many
only have the budget for a single xenomorph.
How many Romuli are showing up in?
Oh no!
In this movie.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I think you'll have to tune in and find out how many alien. The problem is there's going to be more than one alien. Anyway, I'm fine. Alien Romulus.
This
We're watching
might
it.
be a record in how we got to be nitpicky with the movie. This is before watching it.
I'll never let it go. It is the 2024. I don't know, Trevor Newland vehicle.
Sure, of course.
He
Everyone
plays
knows.
the xenomorph. That's the star of the show, right?
Plays the xenomorph. Where did they find someone with a tongue that has another mouth in it? That's
You know.
amazing.
We'll find out
Okay.
next
Now
week.
I'm hyped.
Next week, Alien Romulus.
King of Fury, Tongue of Fury.
Tongue of
Oh my god!
Tongue of Fury. No, we're getting out of here.
Phrasing.
Phrasing
Yes.
is right. Alien Romulus. Watch it.